Hello, I'm Wayne Goodman, and this is lesson 3 in my sponge ball beginners course. So up to now, on the first 2 lessons, if you haven't watched them, I really suggest go and have a look at them. They're really, really good, and they're going to get you up to speed to where we are. So in lesson 1, we did a basic vanish. In lesson 2, I showed you how to show your hands empty and also to produce a second ball. And now in lesson 3, we're going to move on to ball number 3. And again, I normally have these in my pocket or in my back pocket, my jeans, or in my jacket pocket of my suit. So they're nice and easily accessible, which is easy for you to say. Now, we're in the stage now, we're at the second ball. So now we're going to produce the third ball. Now, again, last week I showed you the cutting in half or the twisting in half version. Some people, when I've taught this before, some people like to then do one. So they produce the first one and they're going to produce the second one. So they twist it, boom. And now on the third one, they do the sawing in half, or vice versa. So they saw it in half for the second and then twist it for the third. You can do that works fine, and it's quite nice different. I like to do each production, I like it to be different because I don't want it to be monopolist, and I don't want to tip the method on the previous production. So if I was to do that, and there's 2, and now that, and there's 3, okay, you might get away with it, but I just think it's, I think it's better if you do something completely different. So, we've done that one, let's make it into 2 for the second one. So now we can, but we're going to move on to the third one. I want to be different again. So you can use those 2 methods if you like. You don't have to, excuse me. The way I like to do this is I like to do a bit of a gag. So in the next episode, I'm going to show you a nice little routine you can do with 2 balls. I want to get to the point where we produce all the balls first so we can put a routine together. But I do a little thing with 2 balls, which I'm going to go back to later on in the series. But let's say we've done that and I've just done the 2 ball sequence. I now say we're going to try something a bit different, and I'm going to put both balls into the spectator's hands. And now when I click my fingers, they count them out. And now there's the third one. Now I don't do it as basically as that. I add a little bit of humor. I do a bit of a stupid joke with it. And it gets a laugh and a reaction, and I also kind of smooth, it just softens it out a little bit. So I say we've got 2 balls here. I've got the third one palmed or just in my hand. Don't be scared of that word palmed. This is the easiest thing to hold in your hand. So I've done the 2, boom, boom, boom. I do a little sequence with the 2, which again, you haven't missed. We're going to be covering in a later episode. And now we're going to do the third ball. So what I do here is I pick up the first ball and I just squish it in with the one in my hand, and then I drop both of these on top of the third ball and I squish them all together. And nobody is going to be able to realise that's 3 balls because I'm not going to stop and show it to them. It's literally done. So if this is the spectator's hand, I say, okay, we're going to take this one and this one. I want you to hold both of them in your hand, and I push them down flat. They close their hand, and now there's 3. Now, the way I present this is I say, okay, we've got 2 balls, that's brilliant. What we're going to do now is I'm going to get you to hold them. Okay, so you hold this one, you hold this one. Okay, that's perfect. Keep your hand really tightly closed. In my pocket, I have a third one, and I do this. I say, this one is invisible. And not only is it invisible, it's also yellow. Now, if I take this yellow one, this invisible yellow one, and I push it into your hand like that, not only does the yellow one appear in your hand, not only does the yellow one become visible in your hand, but if you open your hand, it also changes colour to match the 2 visible red ones, which is a stupid joke because they never saw it was yellow in the first place. But you do get a nice reaction because now a third one has appeared. So it's just a nice way of doing it. It's very different, and it's not happening in my hand, it's happening in their hand. And that's what I think is really important about the third ball. I think it should appear under their control almost. So we're here, take these 2 balls, put it into your hand, do whatever you want, do the joke if you want or not, or just go boom, there's now a third one, open your hand, and now there's 3. And it's a really beautiful little way of producing the third ball. And yeah, nice and simple. So now we're at the 3 ball stage. again, you can now go, now I'm not a big fan of the one in the hand, two in the pocket routine. So you say, I'm going to put one in my hand, two in my pocket, how many in my hand? And then the second time you're going to do the false transfer. So you're going to put that into your hand. You're going to put those into the hand. I don't really like it anyway, because it's always a bit messy, and it's almost like, look how clever I am, you don't know what's happening type thing. So I don't tend to do that. But if that's your thing, then by all means, this would be a great position to do it in. If you want to do the actual two in the hand, one in the pocket, you need the extra ball. So that's a good point for you to palm that ball out now. And then you put this one in your hand, these two are in your pocket, and you've got two over here, and you just bring out one and keep the other one palmed, and you can repeat it again. So this one goes over here, these go in your pocket, and you've still got two over here and one in the pocket. And you can repeat that as many times as you want. Again, it's not for me, but if it's for you, then that's a great addition, and you've now got the fourth ball palmed. So on the next episode, we're going to have a look at the producing the fourth ball. And also we're going to start on our little two ball routine as well. So that is episode 3. I hope you liked it, and I will see you on episode 4. Keep practicing. Go back to the 2 episodes, watch them again, make sure you get it all mastered, and we're very close to the final production and putting this all together. So I'll see you on the next one.